One of the drills we do is just a lateral agility drill. So the X's on the you can see on the side are 2.5 meters from the center line, so it's a 5 meter space. If you have a look at the mobility drill that we just did, part of that mobility drill was the overhead squats and the sumo walks. And this is where that sort of mobility comes into place, because what we want to try and do, to be able to express your strength properly, you need to have the mobility to go through a full range of movement. So what we're going to do with this drill, we're getting down nice and low, got your hands down between your knees, so you've got your eyes up, so you've got your head up, your chest forward, and on a go call, so either on a whistle, when the guys are doing this together, we'll have all the guys on the center line, have a clock at the end, whoever's at the front's going to call the go, and we're going to go left or right when we're doing this for pure speed training. So hands down, head up, chest up, and the go call, drive it out, outside the line, all the way through, outside the line, 2 hands down, all the way across, and a full stop, coming to a dead stop on the line. So some of the things that we're looking to do in this drill, one is your reaction speed and your power off the line, being able to react rather than anticipate the call. The other thing is, what we're looking to do is trying to be as powerful as we can off the turn. It's only 5 meters, but the key is the acceleration and deceleration. So getting back up to speed as fast as you can in all field sports. What a lot of people don't realise, a lot of the times with field sports, it's not a matter of just how fast you accelerate, it's how fast you decelerate, who can break the latest. If you're running in to get a ball, somebody has to pull up at some stage, and if you have the brakes to be able to pull up later than your opponent, you still end up getting to the ball sooner. So what we're trying to do, drive it out. I try to teach people what we call a bullet stance. So what we're doing, they're actually jumping into the turn and driving off as explosively as they can. So rather than using a single leg turn and pushing off one leg, you're trying to drive in and drive out. So every time you come into that turn, and you back off as explosive as you can. One of the reasons there's so many injuries in a lot of field sports, or even court sports, basketball, GAA, football, people don't get taught how to turn properly. So what you normally see GAA training people doing these drills, coming outside, turn, touch, and turn. Everybody's seen that in the shuttle. The problem with that is you're placing your foot down, all my power is off in this line, I'm going this way. So all the pressure ends up right in the groin, so it's a lot of adductor strength, and there's no power there. When I go to extend here, all I've got is a little bit of push through my calf. When I reset my feet, I'm pushing off, being able to get some triple extension pressure from my hip, my knee and my ankle. So it's one of the reasons I make people do a full turn and get their hands down doing those drills. Basically, you'll learn to turn better speed, because you don't want to be turning this foot out here. There's no power there, and all the pressure is in the groin. You do enough shuttles, you're going to get yourself some decent Gilmore's groin or osteitis pubis. So if you're turning like that, nice bullet start, nice and explosive, coming in, popping the turn, driving out. Everything's in that nice straight line. So my feet are all lined up and I'm driving off. So that shuttle, we either do it as a pure speed and agility session where you might be doing one effort every time you're recovered. We might be doing one effort every 30 seconds. So it takes 4 or 5 seconds, 25 seconds to reset, get yourself ready. We'll use it for conditioning. So guys might be doing 3 efforts in a minute, going every 20 seconds. So do an effort, come back, and go again. Here. We'll start here, and literally just run a slalom. So you'll be running out, running around the cone, turning hard around the cone, turning hard around the cone, turning hard, and then full stop. The reason we want to do that full stop is get used to that deceleration, using that hamstring, putting as much stress through it as possible to stop and pull up. Did a seminar a while ago and was working with some kids, and one of the parents said, you know, isn't that bad for the kids, like, you know, because they're, you know, little Johnny or whatever his name is, end up sort of sore after training. This was a couple of days after the session. One of the things is that stopping is an integral part of sport. And I said to the parent, and I'm not embarrassed to say it, that, you know, that not doing it, you're not preparing like properly for your sport. So that deceleration, it isn't all about running. You know, you see people out on the paddock and, you know, running out to the 25 or running out to the 22 and running out to halfway. Stopping when you get there is important. So a lot of the drills I do to a dead stop. So because for field sports, it's not track and field. You know, you don't get to ease down. You stop, you turn, you go again. That's the hardest part. Ask anybody who's done the 130 shuttle. That turning takes a lot out of you, trying to decelerate and recelerate. So you're coming through that drill, swallowing through, full stop. The other one we'll do, we'll stay straight. So keep the hips square. It's more GAA based. So with the hands up, coming around the cone, shuffling around and back. So keeping in that defensive position, around and back, driving forward, and full stop. Looking for some fluidity. Looking to move the weight, stay nice and low. Like fighting, there's a lot of things that carry over into all sports. If you can get your centre of gravity below somebody else's, you're able to take theirs from underneath them. So it's the same when you're defending. Standing up straight and defending, centre of gravity is really high, you're really easy to topple over. You're nice and low, good defensive position, you're a much stronger force at that angle. So that's two ways we do that drill. So 5 minutes each side, so people will run through, just walk back around, reset and go through again. So another drill that we use is what we call a 130 test, and we use it for conditioning and speed work as well. If you're starting here, each of these segments is 5 metres. So coming out here, out to the cone, touching, coming back, going 5, 10 metres, coming out, touching, out and touch, and all the way back. If I work through out and back, out and left and back, out and right and back, I've gone 50 metres, 55 metres, 60 metres, 65, 70 metres, all the way back to the start, and then do the big T, out, 75, 80 metres, 85, 90, 95, 100, back to the start. Do the other T, 105, 110, 115, 120, 125, make it back to the start, 130. Once again, the important stuff is in the nuances, and where people improve with this is on their turning. You know, being able to, you know, you're starting here with the ball, coming out, being able to set your feet, set, reset, set, and driving out. So what people have a tendency to do when they haven't been coached, which is just about everybody who comes in here, all the GAA players, all the same, really bad, the rugby the same, really poor turning mechanics. So what people tend to do is reach for the cone. So they'll reach out, that foot's going out that way, that knee's going out that way. All the force I can produce is in that line. I'm going in that direction. So unless I set my feet properly, outside the cone, outside the cone, outside the cone. People think going the least distance is the fastest. That's not the case. So when I come through here, the fastest way for me to get through this cone is to be able to set my feet either side here and drive off and reset. So we'll show some videos of that as well, so you see guys doing that drill. We do some ball work, whether it's sort of rugby or GAR. 5 metre square, so you'll see a drill being done with 2 groups, 8 guys, 4 in each square outside of each cone.